Can you hear that? Please. How the hell am I going to film video with that? This is what you get if you live with a black mum. Can you guys hear this? They're so loud, my mum and her friends. Let me just. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back and I'm bad. No. So, welcome back. I keep looking at the background. Welcome back to my channel. You saw me last week, or was it the week before? It was the week before. So this video is kind of topical, as you might have guessed from the title. It's about like exam results, GCSE results, and the title, I must admit, is it a little bit clickbait? Probably. For those of you who don't know, I'm 20 years old. I'm going to be 21 in April, so I'm 20. I've literally just turned 20 this year. I can't remember if I've done a video on my channel entitled telling your school you have mental health problems. If not, I'll do a video after this. So at GCSE level, I think I could have done a lot better. I don't know what I got. I passed basically, but I couldn't study as much because I was completely mentally ill. Now I look back on it, it was just kind of like, I didn't have the mental capacity to sit down and revise for like 8 hours or 4 hours. I would literally try like 4 hours a day. So that was kind of my goal, but most of the time it wouldn't really happen. I did come out with a good set of GCSEs after much hard work. Like, I genuinely think I did the best I could. Like, at the time, I couldn't have done any better. And I passed my English and maths, and the only things I got a D in were French and history, which I'm not really interested in. I mean, interested in history, but not to do it as a subject. But yeah, so I'm not interested in French or anything like that, so that was fine. And then went on to A-levels, and now A-levels were, I think A-levels were AS levels. I just stayed at school because that was the done thing. My friend Rachel said this. She said, you know, your friend's strengths are not your strengths, and it's so true. Like, don't stay at school just because your friends are staying at school. Don't do it. Like, literally, if you can't do it, don't. Obviously, you might not know. For me, I didn't think A-levels were going to be as hard as they said they were going to be. But I was like, I did it, I failed, I left, basically. So back then, I can't remember what year I did my A-levels in, or AS levels as they were called at the time. I picked English Lang/Lit, so English combined, philosophy and ethics, psychology and sociology. I pretty much loved most of those subjects. I just wasn't, it was just really hard. The subjects weren't hard, but it was hard to get the marks. And to be honest, I'd had a bit of trouble at the end of the year anyway, at the end of year 11, going into year 12. It wasn't really probably a good idea for me to go to sixth form. I changed friendship groups completely, which was fine because I didn't feel anything about that. But I think the one thing that I realised after pushing myself through GCSEs, I think I was so exhausted from that year, I just didn't have it in me to keep pushing myself to something that I knew I didn't really want to do. So basically, I spent my year having fun, if I'm honest. Like, I think mentally, that year prepared me for going out into the wider world. Because for me, I kind of started to know like the things I wanted to do and the things I didn't like and the things like that. So mentally it prepared me for going out into the wider world, but academically, I didn't really come out of it achieving anything. Results day came, and I wouldn't say I was scared about results day, but like my mum was like, it was obviously like subconscious, you're worried about it. And I knew that I'd failed. I knew that I hadn't done well. So basically there was a party the night before results, and I just got absolutely schnackered off my nut. I don't do that anymore, like to that extent where you can't even, it's not even fun. When the fun stops, stop. Yeah, where it's not even fun. But basically, I got really drunk. My friend ended up like having to like drag me out of the middle of the road. And it was just, and then that night, or was it the morning, I literally, when I say self-harmed, I think that's one of the worst it's ever been. Like arms, legs, everything. I remember putting like all my clothes, and my clothes just, if you've ever self-harmed or even when you have a wound, it's hot. And so all my skin, like from here to there, from top to bottom, from literally like hip to knee, was covered in self-harm. I should put a little trigger warning. Yeah, I put a trigger warning in the title. But yeah, and I literally could barely walk, and I left it till the last minute where I could go in and get my results. To be honest, I was there the whole day anyway, and I remember like walking into school in like flip-flops. But I wore tight jeans. I remember that. I wore tight jeans. I didn't have any baggy jeans at the time. I wore tight jeans and I wore a loose shirt, and I was literally walking into school like, I'm in so much mental and physical pain right now. I collected my results. I went into school and I got what I expected. I got an E, a D and a U, so basically there was no point in me staying on. And I sat down with my deputy head and she was like, oh no, you can stay at school if you want. They were really going to support me, but I basically have to resit the year. I was like, there is no point in me doing this. So my mum was like, okay, think about going to college. Basically it was just kind of a spur decision. I was like, I'm not resitting the year, and so my only option is to go to college and do music performance. So I decided, I spent the summer, what did I do that summer? Nothing much, to be honest, I don't think, nothing memorable. I decided, and then I was like on a couple of the teams at school, like prom committee and like Christian Union and stuff like that. So I like handed stuff over for like Christian Union, like left the like group and stuff like that, and then went to college. Your mental well-being is so much more important than your academic achievement. Whatever you get, whatever you achieve, does not matter in the grand scheme of things. I know people that have come out of school, this isn't a thing of being like, you know, ditch grades, go to college or whatever. I know people that have come out of school with next to nothing and have got good jobs. And you can get, A-levels are not the only way. There is not only one pathway. There's A-levels, there's BTECs, there's apprenticeships, there's internships, there's jobs. You can do, that's already A-levels, BTECs, internships, apprenticeships. 5 things that you can do without going to school and being stuck in school. If you're like me and you're not that academically driven, then don't bother go to sixth form. Just try and find something you want. So I went to college and I did music performance. It was the best decision I've ever made. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved my friends. I loved my course. If you're worried about your results and you don't get what you want on your day, on the day of results day, don't, honestly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but just don't worry. Like, those grades, apart from English and maths, right? That's the only thing I would say. Get your English and maths. Obviously, you can't do anything now, but if you are going into year 11 or something like that, or if you're thinking of resitting, get your English and maths, and that is all you need. That is all you need. Like, obviously try and get more, but don't stress about getting anything more if you can't. Tell your school about your mental health problems, because if they don't know, they can't help you. They can't help you get special consideration. I didn't get special consideration for my exams because I didn't need it, but I did used to swap classes. So I used to have, instead of PE, I used to have French because I knew I was going to not do well in that. And for all purposes and intents, a D is still a pass. If you are someone who hasn't told your school about your mental health problems, do it, because it just genuinely will help. But basically, as I said previously, there are so many other options. You can resit your GCSEs at college. You can do, many of you might not know this, but if you haven't completed a level 3 course, you can do a level 2 or a level 3 course or below, even a level 1 entry level for free. So like for me, even though I was a year older, I could do, one of my friends was even older than me. I think he was turning 21 and he'd never completed a level 3 course, and he could do that for free. So level 3 is equivalent to A-levels. That was basically it for this video. But yeah, my just signing off point is put your mental health before your academic achievements. Your academic achievements, work, education will be there whether you're mentally ill or not. Whether you pass, whether you fail, whether you just make it, whether you do really well, work will still be there. It does not matter in the grand scheme of things if you get an A star, but at the end of the day, your mental health, your physical health is like, you know, out the window. Do not slog your guts out. Do not make yourself ill in trying to achieve like the best of the best. Try your best and don't criticize yourself and don't put yourself down and don't make yourself think that you can't do these things and you can't get A stars, because some people can. For me, that wasn't in my remit, but don't make yourself so ill that you can't even get out of bed in the morning because of some grades. Because at the end of the day, even if you do get amazing grades, you won't be able to do anything with them because you'll still be really ill. So I wish you all the best of luck on results day. If you do have any more questions, do put them in the comment section below or email me at beautifullyworthyuncovered@gmail.com and I will answer those. Yeah, just, I know it sounds silly, but do not worry about your results because, like I said, work will be there any day of the week, whether you're ill or not. But yeah, I love you lots and lots and lots, and I will see you next week for my next video. Sorry my schedule's all a bit out and about, but I wanted to sit down and make this video. So yeah, I love you lots and lots and lots, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!